Hey guys, what's cracker lacking? Sirena Barefoot Gypsy, hello. Sitting outside in my car, obviously. It's a beautiful day so far. Happy 420. I gotta add some fluid to my rear differential. I did a rookie mistake 3 years ago. And anyway, I need to make sure I have enough rear diff fluid in my vehicle. So I'm sitting out here and I was getting this message. It's like you have to lose yourself to find yourself. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But what do you mean by that? You have to lose yourself to find yourself. You have to lose, I guess, the old thoughts and ideas of who you are. But what was just coming through is not so much of what other people think of you and who you are. Knowing thyself is really huge. And if you've had traumas and stuff, I'm just going to go off of me. I've had a lot of traumas and stuff in my life. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for me. It's just because that's done and over with. I'm not a child anymore. I'm not in those situations anymore. But the after effects of that, and then the destruction, the hurt and the pain that we leave in our wakes when we're hurting people, when we are hurting, inside. Hurting people hurt people. Unfortunately, if there's anyone in your life, when you're on a self-destruction, self-sabotage, when you're living that, anyone in your life gets the effects of that, whether you mean to or not. Never your intention, but we get so wrapped up in ourselves and our own misery and our own depression and our own sadness, and we get consumed by it. Well, this is how I used to be, consumed by that. Then we can't see anything else. And, we build up this persona of ourselves, these personalities, or these things that, maybe got us through times when we needed it, but, we're so used to being that way. That's our autopilot. So reprogramming and just learning to live a different way is a process. And, earlier when I was in the house, excuse me, I got, oh crap, I can't remember now, it left me, but anyway, I got fucking stuff all over my robe. Look, I got a shirt that says 420, and on the back says smoke 'em if you got 'em. Can you hear the birds? They're going to start coming around. They always do when I'm outside. Last night there was an owl that flew in the tree, right behind us, and was watching us. It was cool. And think about this. So if we're not running around telling everyone everything we're doing and how we feel and what everything is, then the people around us in our lives or whatever, if they don't know something, they will make up stories in their own head. And it's not going to be anything close to what the reality is. but they believe it and they tell other people. So knowing yourself and being confident and secure in that is extremely important, because when we're unhealed, we don't have any of that confidence in ourselves. We have low self-esteem, and then other people get these ideas about us, and then we take it to heart and we own that, and then that just adds to more of our BS. So, like I was telling my daughter-in-law yesterday, I was like, oh shit, I forgot it again. Oh well, here we go. Yeah, people will make up their own stories when they don't understand. And even if you do try to explain something to somebody, they're not going to understand, because they're going off of their own perspective or their own perception of where they are at, and the image and the thing that, not the image, but the the way they view you, they've concocted in their head, and they're not going to see it any different. That's why what you think of me is none of my business, because nobody has any idea what I'm growing through half the time, even if I'm in their face every fucking day. But, everyone's so quick to have opinions and think they know exactly what's going on and why people do things, and they don't have any fucking idea. So knowing yourself and doing your healing, oh yeah, thank you, is extremely, it's important to be able to navigate ourselves through this world, through our existence right now. What was I going to say then? Oh, I can actually, being that I've healed so many things in myself, believe me, healing is, I'm not going to say never done, but there's always growth and change. And I guess depending on I don't know, does it really matter how many traumatic things you've had done? It only takes one. So, and if you've had several, does that make it worse, or is it just, anyway? So what I was saying is to Nikki yesterday was, I can talk about things from my past. I can talk about things that happened. And if I cry or any of that, the difference is I can go back there. Because I don't know about you, but when I am shown past things or shown anything, I get the feelings and the emotions. It's like I'm reliving it. And that's the way it is, because, we're thinking things and whatever, and recalling things in our mind. But our mind is everything, because what we think and believe, it's our reality. Somebody had said one time, when you, the past doesn't exist until we bring it into our future, into our present moment. We bring it alive again. But, I was telling her, I said, the difference is I can go back. They're like, well, you got to let that go. And I'm like, you don't understand. I have. Talking about it and being able to feel it, but I don't camp out, pitch a tent, start a fire, go fishing, I don't get comfortable in that place anymore. Being able to feel things from a healthier, not completely, but from a healthier perspective, of place is thank you, God. Thank you so much that I've made it this far. Not in my 3D world, I'm talking in my inner world. It's constant work. When we're reprogramming our mind, when we're shifting into a different reality, into a different way of thinking and being, and it's like, and I don't want to really say fighting. It's not like, it's enough just with your own head than when you have other toxic, unhealed people around you that, whether they know it or not, they get triggered, whether it's on purpose or not, they get triggered because it makes them look at themselves. They're not realizing it at the time, but, they want to keep you down, or they want to try to say shit and talk shit about you. And, and that's why know thyself, knowing who you are, then it doesn't matter what these people think. When you get to the place, I was always those last word person, you know what I mean? Always can never let anything go. We got to talk about it now, and just blah, 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 go on, go on, go on. Or I got to say my side, or I got to do this, I got to do that. Explain myself. Oh, they're not thinking it properly. I got to do this. I don't have to. I've noticed yesterday, I don't feel that need to really do that anymore. That's fucking huge for me. It's a breakthrough, because you can try to explain, and then we over explain. It doesn't come out right, and they take it this way, and you really mean it this way. And it's like choosing your battles wisely. It's a battle I'm not gonna even do. You guys can think whatever you want. That's on you. It doesn't change who I am the way they think about me, unless I take it to heart, unless I listen to all those voices, those people. Is that making sense? They're like, oh, well, you really got to eat more, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm just like, well, I'm kind of fasting. I'm not fasting. I don't have any food, really. So, then there's that. Oh, you're so skinny. You're so that, fuck you. First of all, I've always been thin, but, when you're 115 pounds to start off with, and then you lose your muscle because you're stuck in bed for like a year and a half, you're going to start to deteriorate. I'm sorry. I don't gain weight real fast. I'm just not one of those people. I want to eat healthier, simpler, and, and unfortunately, because I didn't take care of my teeth, really, whenever one got bad, I just had them pulled until, because it's cheaper. I mean, I've had a root canal done, but I couldn't afford the fucking crown, so I had a root canal done, and then later on, I just had to have that tooth pulled because, but here I am, because I didn't take the time out when I was younger to give a fuck about my health. Well, I didn't think I'd live this long, but yet here I am. So it's like, if I knew then what I know now, it's like not even gonna bother with that. It's just ridiculous. Because I didn't, and it's gone, so here we are. But I can't eat like carrots and nuts and stuff like that. It'd be nice, because I can't chew it. So I'm gonna have to find alternative ways to eat things. I want to eat more, fresh vegetables. Carrots I could eat if I like sliced them real thin and stuff, Yeah, so I mean, there's ways I can get around all this. I guess my mind wants to go into the poor me mode. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like, no, we know better than that. Catching yourself, but know thyself is really important. You gotta lose yourself to find yourself. You gotta loose the old paradigm, the old behaviors, the old patterns, and build new ones. To what your true nature is. to what your true nature is, to what you are all the way deep on the inside, not your meat suit, but who you are. And healing hurts. It fucking sucks, but it's great at the same time. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. Maybe it'll be easy for some, and maybe it's not for others. I know for me, nothing has been easy, but then again, it has. Yeah, difficult situations, but so what? You know, I'm sitting here 3 years later after buying this fucking vehicle, and I need a whole rear suspension, and I need all kinds of shit done here. I need all kinds of work done. I don't mind doing that. Fine, fuck it. Who cares, you know? This is going to be a whole new thing. I have over 300,000 miles on it. I've spent a lot of money on this vehicle. The more opposition that's thrown, doesn't matter. I'm still going to move forward. Still going to move forward. It's just, to me, sometimes it's like, my intentions are good, and it's for other people. It's not for my own self-gain. And yet, it seems like the whole world is conspiring against me. I know, not really that deep, but you know what I mean? It's not like I'm trying to go out and fucking get rich so I can do this and do that and live this way and live that way. No. I'll be rich. I already am wealthy. All by myself. And another thing about knowing thyself is important, because if you're what they call an empath, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but if you're what they call an empath, you pick up and you feel people's energies. I just heard, and you can wear them. You can wear them on your person without even realizing it. That half the time, are any of these emotions or any of these things even mine? And, you know, it was really brought to my attention, you know, things I talk about and stuff is like, yeah, well, Sirena, you know what words are like, so don't say bad things about people, because that's like shooting spells at them. That's like shooting poison darts. So Sirena must be mindful of that as well. Because what you put out, you're going to get back. People think it's no big deal just to sit around and gossip and talk shit. But our words carry a vibration, energy that goes out. And, you know, thank you. And that's why they're bringing it up to, you know, like Jesus came to say, you know what? To love even your enemies, to love everyone. Trying to tell us the importance of what it is to come home to ourselves, to know ourselves, because then we will know that we can do all the things that Jesus does and even greater things. Come home to who we are, to the Father, the God that lives in us. Not to have hatred and all of that in our hearts. Because then your heart isn't light as a feather, and you're not going to live with Jesus for 1,000 years. To the peace. to transparency. To complete and utter transparency. And people don't want that transparency because people are doing fucked up shit. They don't want anyone else to know. And when people feel guilty and hurt about themselves or whatever, they take it out on us. It's so weird, right? It's like, you're the one cheating, you're the one doing this, you're the one doing that, but yet you're kicking my ass or screaming and yelling at me for what you're doing. It's their guilt, it's their thing. Yeah, it sucks on our end, but that's something they're having to live through. That was just off the wall, so somebody needed that. And in saying that somebody needed that, my heart goes out to you. Get what you need to out of this situation. Learn your lesson so you can move on. Next phase, next level, you know? And it's coming to me, that new level, new devil thing. The devil, that could be just, you know, think of it as unhealthy ways of thinking and being. Your patterns is the devil. The devil inside. The devil inside is your own thoughts, the programmed thoughts and things from what has happened, what's occurred, and then the things that we've done on our part. I don't know about you, but for me, looking back at, you know, even though I can't change anything, damn it, I wish I could have been better and handled things differently. But I didn't. And, you know, and that's all my fault. Because I did not get it together. And have the inner standing that I do now. Time is extremely, even though there really is no time, but, you know, we're just going to use it. That's how we speak in this world right now. Time is more precious, is priceless. Time is more precious than anything because you can't get that back. You can get another car, you can get another couch, you can get another house, you can get another clothes, you can get a lot of things, but time you can never get back. Time wasted, time lost. It's just that, it's gone, it's lost. So focusing on what we can do now in moving forward. I know it sounds great in theory, right? It sounds real easy. I'm talking about it. It's fucking a process. You know? Like I wrote in my book, my journal, I said, you know, I can't remember how I put it. It's like, all my past relationships, they've all cheated on me or been chasing after women. Cheated and chasing after other women. You know, every fucking one of them. And, it's like, what the fuck? But it's like, you know what? From here on out, loving, truthful, respectful, kind relationships is all I have now. I mean, I don't, but you know what I mean? We speak like that. I don't have that, but I do. You know what I mean? We're supposed to speak like as if we already have it. So this is what we do. Loving, truthful, respectful, kind, caring, all of that. Love. But respect and truthfulness, integrity. I think I'm just about getting ready for that. Possibly. If it's meant for me. If not, oh well. I got me. I've God. I have all the people that are in spirit with me. And one thing I had a realization last night, because like when I got drunk a couple weeks ago, I don't even know how long ago it's been. Oh God, it was horrible. I was sick for 2 days. It was a weird place for me. I went to a weird place, and somebody was mentioning to me, oh yeah, last night you were saying, you work with the devil and you da 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 da, and I was like, yeah. Mike's like, I'm gonna record you everything you say. I'm like, do it, please, because you never remember. And I'm like, yeah, I do, if I want to think about it. But what came to me is like, I don't work with the devil, but thank you. I heard my defenses were down by drinking spirits. Sitting in a house that has those. I forget things. I get messages and I speak. Just things speak through me. I don't try to explain myself to these people at all, because they're not at the level to even understand closely. They're just way too immature that way. Immature in a I don't know, consciousness level or whatever. So frustrating sometimes, but yet here I am. And if this is all that I gain in this lifetime right now, and I never get past this fucking broken down vehicle, stay at my fucking ex-husband's house alone, then so fucking be it. Because the next incarnation, see, and this is my last incarnation. It's so weird that I've been saying that. It's one of those things that just say something out of the blue, and and then later on the puzzle pieces come together, and it's like, yeah, this is my last incarnation in this realm, on this timeline, I think. You know what I mean? Because I'm moving on up, graduating. So if this is it, then I'm thankful that I have nothing of the world, but yet I've gained everything. All these brilliant ideas and these changing the world and all these things. Is that for this life or is that for the next? As long as I have breath in my body, I'm still going to be working towards that every day. I have backslid quite a bit by taking time out, but it's really not a backslide. I've been growing so much more, and lately it's like accelerated super fast. That every time I have that breakthrough and I grow, I'm like, man, I guess I really wasn't ready. Fuck. And I thought I was. Every time I think I'm ready for something, I'm not, because I end up growing and learning so much more. It's crazy insane. I love it, but there's still some things I need to work out. Judging myself, which then puts me in a place where I judge others, like I just said earlier. They're immature emotionally, or on the consciousness level or whatever. Is that judgment? Pointing out somebody else's, there's things. I got drunk. Obviously, I'm not ready. But I'm not going to beat myself up over that anymore. I love you guys, and thank you to all my subscribers and anyone that comes across my channel. It's my intention that by sharing all the fucked up shit I go through and stuff that I share with you, that it helps somebody. It sparks something in you. I'm just going to tell you, no matter what you've been through, and you're still alive, right? Well, since you're going to be here, don't you want to be happy and make it the best it can be while you are here? The choice is yours. No one can do it for you. Only you can do it for yourself. Standing your ground and staying in your integrity, because it doesn't matter what everyone else does around you. It does matter how you're human, how you react or don't react. We don't really want to react, respond or not respond. It's your life. They can't live it for you. And at the end of the day, do what's right for you, what feels good in your soul. Because if you are out helping people, people-pleasing, and you're out helping people and doing things, and then it wears you out or makes you feel depressed or depleted or upset because you're not doing your own things, that's harmful to you. And you cannot be at your optimum level feeling that way. But it's all on you. I love you. Namaste. Oh, excuse me. Namaste. Deuces.